Hey everybody! So today we're going to take a look at this brand new prop replica from Factory Entertainment. So this comes from Star Trek the original series, and it is the Gary 7 Servo. So these are limited edition replicas. Now I did a video of this, a prop like this, quite a while ago, a few years back, and it was of this right here, and this is what it's going to look like. And so this prop shows up in one episode of Star Trek. It was from season 3. And it was supposed to be a pilot for a new show, which I thought would have been a really cool show, but unfortunately it never took off. But this device is called a Servo, and it belonged to a character named Gary 7. This one is fan-made, and I don't know who made this piece. It's really nicely done. I mean, this is one of the nicest ones I've ever seen, really. And so I've had it for quite a few years, but now Factory Entertainment has come out with their own version of this. Now, if you're not familiar with what this looks like, let's take a look at some clips from that episode. Okay, so my mistake, it was season 2, not season 3. Now, the episode is called Assignment Earth, and in this episode, the Enterprise crew goes back in time to 1968 to study to see how Earth manages to survive all the stuff that was going on back then. But in the process, they accidentally intercept this character in the transporter, and his name is Gary 7. So Gary 7 is played by the actor Robert Lansing, who I really liked Robert Lansing. He was a really good actor. I've seen him in a lot of different shows and movies. And I really wish this show would have taken off. It was a pitch to the network to possibly become a new show about this mysterious Gary 7 character who was trained by aliens to come to Earth and try to make sure that, you know, basically we don't destroy ourselves, which we could use a Gary 7 now more than ever. But we'll see some of the cool little gadgets that he had. Now, we first get to see the servo in this scene when Gary 7 is in the brig. It's like a multi-tool. It does several different things, as we can see here. It has these dials on it, so he can set it. And it's got the little antennas that pop out. So he can deactivate the force field, and it's also like a stun gun, or it probably kills too. In fact, I think it can kill. It's mentioned later in the episode. So it's a weapon, but it's also kind of like a do-all, you know, type of tool, kind of like the sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who. Okay, so let's look back at this now. See, I'm not sure how this opens. It's a really nice box that they have this in. Oh, it looks like there's a flap right here. Oh, okay, there we go. Oh, okay, so, oh, nice. So there is a clip from the episode that we just saw. That episode also starred Terry Garr, who sadly passed away not too long ago. This is the book on it. Ooh, there it is. Ooh, that's nice. Oh. There's a little booklet here. Okay, this is the Certificate of Authenticity. It's number 445. You know, I don't know how many of these they're making. I'm guessing it's 1,000, but the Enterprise in acrylic that I showed a while back, that sold so well, I think they actually made more than that. So if this sells out, or sells a lot, maybe they'll do the same. But here I can kind of zoom in on it so you can see what it says. And then on the back here, yeah, I guess we got more information on here. Boy, this is really tiny print. Let me see if I can get better lighting on this. Okay, so here I've gotten really close so you can read it. And the writing on this is really tiny. And also the way they printed this, it's really hard to see. It's not like, see how much wider the text is right here? I'm not sure why they didn't just go with that for all of it, because it's really hard to read this. Here's this part of it. Just kind of talks about the prop. I guess it was 2 of them made for the show, and they still exist. I think they popped up here and there. And they mentioned how one was shiny and one was dull. For close-ups, they didn't use the shiny one because they didn't want light reflection. But here you can kind of read all of that. I'm guessing those are the 2 original, if I could stay focused here, I'm guessing those are the 2 original props. I would love to see those. Maybe I did see them at the Smithsonian, I can't remember. And then here they talk about the replica. All right, well, let's take a look at the actual piece. Well, let's take it out of the box. It's got a nice box right here. Okay, ooh, yeah, this is nice. Let me get this out of the way here. Okay, yeah, this is nice. This is, it's a machined aluminum. Looks very good, looks like a pen. So on the prop, it wasn't actually, it looked like a pen, but it didn't have a ballpoint or anything on it. There's these dials on here that we saw Gary 7 was turning. So these do turn. These ones turn a little bit harder than the other one that I got. You can see there's actually little designations on there. They didn't really explain what they did. This, and you can see how the little designations are on the top here, but they're on the bottom here. This one, does this one even turn? Ooh, yeah, that turns, but it's a really hard one to turn. It's hard to grip it. And then, of course, here's the clip. And then when we pull this down, there's the antennas. Now, sadly, they don't make the cool sound effects. They don't glow like they did in the episode, but of course, that was a special effect that was added on. But this is nice. This is very, very nice. It's kind of a simple little thing that the prop guys made. Here's what the tip of it looks like. And then you can close it back up. So it's kind of neat. It's the way that these are bent allows for them to kind of spring open. Let me see here. It's kind of a loose kind of thing here. So yeah, when they pop out, it's, you know, they're probably bent to make them come out. And then you can see there's holes right here. And I think there's a little, it's hard to see because of the reflection, but there's a little line that's engraved into the metal. And so when they close, the little balls go down inside of there. And that's how they keep that in the closed position. This one opens a lot harder than the other one. I'll compare this one to the other one I've got. It works pretty good though. I mean, it's a little wonky. It's a little tight. I should just say it's kind of a tight mechanism, and it's a little, this one doesn't stick out as far as the other one. It should be kind of more even. But anyway, it's pretty cool. Okay, let's take a look at the other one as a comparison. Okay, so the fan-made one is on the right here. Now you can see that this one, this closes so much easier. I mean, the mechanism on this one is very, very smooth. And you can also see how the antennas are more equal distant compared to the factory entertainment one. This one here it just needs to stick out a little bit more. It's probably just the way they bent it. I don't want to mess with it too hard there, but they're virtually identical. This one, the knobs, the fan-made one, these turn so much easier. I mean, you can just go like this, and they turn really nice. The factory entertainment one, it just has this one here in particular is really hard to turn. This one here turns a little bit easier. And also, it was mentioned in this booklet that one of the props had these so that they would turn really hard, and then the other ones were turned really loose. So I guess I kind of got, you know, kind of like the way the actual props were made. Another thing I was just noticing is you'll notice the clip here has got a rounded clip. See how it's rounded? But on the factory entertainment one, it actually comes to like a point right here. So they decided to go with a point look. I'm not really sure why, but it does work pretty decent. But, you know, like I said, there's not a lot of these around. They're hard to find, these things. And, you know, on the secondary market, or to find somebody that makes them. And usually if somebody does make them, they make a very short run. I'm guessing it's probably pretty expensive to make this sort of thing, being machined aluminum. But overall, I think it looks pretty good. I still think I like my fan-made one a little bit better, though. All right, well, there we go. The Gary 7 Servo prop replica from Factory Entertainment. I think this is pretty neat. I like it. So these retail for $100, and they are still currently available right now as of the making of this video. They are still available if you want one of these. I'll put a link in the description if you want to get one. This is not a sponsored video for Factory Entertainment, but I think it's pretty nice. I really like it. I guess if there's any beef that I have with it, it's this thing. The writing on here is really hard to read. They should have just used white text on here like they did for the top up here. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's really hard to read that. And it's so small as it is, and then they used a weird color. But this is pretty cool. I do like it. Now, I will say I bought 2 of these, and unfortunately, the other one was broken. When it arrived, the slider had slid down, and inside the box, it was sitting like this. It was sitting sideways, and because of that, it was putting pressure on the antennas during shipping, and so this whole mechanism right here was loose. You could jiggle this whole thing around, and both of these would move, and then when you tried to close it, because it was loose and it wasn't lined up, the little balls wouldn't go inside the holes properly. And so I'm going to have to return that one and maybe see if I can get a replacement, and if not, maybe I'll just get my money back on it. But it's nice. I like this. So if you're a fan of Star Trek and you like to have all the obscure props like myself, I love the obscure props, you know, the ones that show up one time in an episode or whatever. But I like this. I think it's really well done. I do wish the show, the Gary 7 show, would have become a real show. I think that would have been really cool to have Gary Lansing in a regular series like that. The character is very intriguing in that episode. If you haven't seen Assignment Earth from season 2 of Star Trek, the original series, go check it out. It's probably streaming somewhere. It's a really good episode. It's kind of a different episode from the original show, which I thought was kind of neat. And, you know, I think because the show was going to supposedly end after season 2, they were probably pitching a new show to the network. But then, of course, all the fans from Star Trek wrote in, and we got a season 3, thank goodness, for the show before the show was finally canceled. But anyway, there we go. If you want one of these, go check them out. All right, well, thank you so much for watching. I very much appreciate it. And until the next time, I will see you on the next video. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe if you like this sort of stuff. And have a good one.